Johnny Mirror here, and today we're going to be talking about The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Basically, it was announced at the Nintendo Direct that happened earlier this week on the 18th of June. It's about 3 days at the time of recording this from when that was announced. And boy, was this one of my favorite announcements at the show. Obviously, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond was my favorite announcement. Metroid is my favorite Nintendo franchise, easy. But this was easily number 2, and honestly, this is one of my favorite announcements of all of summer. Metroid Prime 4 and Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom are easily probably in my top 5 announcements throughout all of the summer events. If you guys don't know, Link's Awakening, the like awesome art style remake of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening on the Switch, that is my third favorite Switch game of all time. Like I said, Metroid Dread is my second. Mario plus Rabbids is my first. But Link's Awakening is my third. So in this one Direct, I got another Metroid game and another Zelda game of my liking. I'm not the biggest fan of the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom formula. I like the classic Zelda games like Ocarina of Time, Skyward Sword, Wind Waker. I love all those. Not a big fan of the open world Zelda. But my favorite Zelda is those top-down classic. Link Awakening, Links to the Past. Oh, beautiful. And we got this one, but here's a twist. This is why this game is really, really special and why I'm super excited. This is going to be the very first Legend of Zelda game where you actually play as Zelda, and Zelda is the main protagonist. Oh my goodness. We're going to go ahead and talk about it, but if you guys love Nintendo, if you guys love Xbox, PlayStation, whatever, you guys see behind me, I got the PlayStation, I got the Xbox, I got the Nintendo, I got everything. Consider subscribing, because all we do is talk about games. We try to cover as many games as humanly possible on this channel, and boy, are there a lot to cover. And the rest of this year looks really, really stacked. So make sure you consider subscribing so you can stay up to date with everything. Leave a comment. What is your hype level for Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom? Because we're going to start talking about it right now. Overall thoughts, awesome. I was not expecting this. This was something where I was like, you know, it'd be really cool if they did this in like, There's a chance they might, but it just seems really unlikely. It just seems like they'd like to focus on other things. But no, they did it. They did it. As soon as I saw the little Toon Link dude, I was like, no way. I was like, no way they're actually doing it. I thought it was actually going to be like a Link to the Past remake, which I would have been hands down fine with as well. I'm actually glad they're going this route, though, because this is an all-new Zelda game. This isn't a remake. This isn't a remaster. This isn't a port. This is an original new installment in the Legend of Zelda franchise with that classic style. And boy, am I so excited, because like I just said, it is my favorite style of Zelda. But man, visually it's awesome. It's one of my favorite art styles in all of gaming ever. I don't really need to cover that again. But I think what really interests me about this one is, number one, the fact that they're even still committing to these games is really awesome. That's one thing I love about Nintendo. You know, they're not like the PlayStation and Xbox where they're pretty much only going to focus on their big games. Nintendo is perfectly capable and perfectly fine and actually encourages putting out these random spin-offs, these random smaller games, these games that they know are going to have that niche community. They are fully aware of that, and they love pushing that, and that is something I do love about Nintendo for sure, and this is one of them. Now, the other thing that really excites me is, like I said, this is the first Zelda game where we're actually going to be playing as Zelda, and Zelda is the main protagonist. And what this does is this makes it for very interesting gameplay systems, because they already explained it through the trailer that Zelda is basically going to have this magic wand. I think it's called like the Tri-Wand or something like that. I'm not exactly, I don't 100% remember. But basically, she's going to be able to, like, clone things. So she can learn the echo of a table and duplicate or replicate that table to help reach new heights, to get over bridges. Or she can duplicate a rock to then throw that rock at an enemy. There's all these different things that Zelda can basically just use magic to solve puzzles and get through places and defeat enemies. And when I was just watching this, I just see the potential for the awesome puzzles, for the awesome different environments that you're going to be able to do. The creativeness is just there. I just see it. I am a little worried about the combat, because I really wish you were able to like blast foes with your wand or stuff, or Zelda could just use some of her like magic like that she does in Smash Bros. Or whatnot. But I do think, for the most part, I am already loving the puzzle solving, the exploration that I'm seeing here because of the interesting gameplay loop that it seems to be giving us this time around in Echoes of Wisdom. And here's the other thing, is I'm very interested in this story because this is, like I said, the first game where you're playing as Zelda as the main protagonist, and they already said pretty much at face value, the plot is Link went missing. Link, in his last bit of energy that he could, shot an arrow to break Zelda out of the gem capsule that she was trapped in, and that enabled Zelda to be free. But now we have to go save Link and save the Kingdom of Hyrule. So this is really interesting. I'm really curious how they're gonna, just all the different things they're gonna do, because this is just a perspective that we really just don't see and haven't seen. And so that makes it really, really exciting. Now, this game did get a September 26th release date, which is awesome to me because that means I don't really have to wait all that long. I have to wait 3 months, I think. 3 months. Boy, am I ready. I'm so excited for this. Again, if there's a collector's edition for this, I'm hopping on it. I don't think there will be because it is one of those smaller games. But, oh, man, I'm so excited for this. But I also think this brings up a better talking point of this game coming out in the second half of this year, which we know this is a transitional year for Nintendo, because we do know the Nintendo Switch 2, or the successor Nintendo Switch, the next Nintendo console, whatever that may be, will be coming out next year, presumably in early of next year. So it's like March, April, May. One of those is what I'm guessing. But this, to me, this is not a small game. But to put this in the back half of this year, where it's considered a transitional year, is really awesome, because even in a year like this, we're getting awesome games like Echoes of Wisdom. We're getting things like a new Mario Party, Super Mario Party Jamboree, and we're getting Mario and Luigi Brothership, which also looks really, really great. I think this is just really, really awesome to have these different style games, to have these games that are just really fun, and you wouldn't expect Nintendo to push all that much to be in this back half of this year, because they are that niche. People are ready for the Nintendo Switch. So here, in the meantime, enjoy these really creative things that we're working on. I think that is absolutely awesome, especially for this game. You know, if this was like a year like 2020, like 2022, where you had Splatoon, Bayonetta, you had all these other big games, you know, if you put this game in there, it'll kind of feel like, you know, one of the smaller games of that year. Whereas I think if you put it in this year, I actually think this has the chance of being one of the biggest Nintendo games of the year, because it is that transitional year. And so I do think that helps this style of Zelda, because a lot of people love this style. I'm not alone when I say this is my favorite version of Zelda. A lot of people were pushing for this, and so if this is successful, if this proves to Nintendo there are people out there that want this type of Zelda, that's good news for us Zelda fans, and that's what I have to say about this. But anyway, let me know in the comments, guys, what is your hype level for Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom? For me, I'm at a 10 out of 10, man. I am so excited. Again, my reaction that I had on the channel, it will go down as one of the best reaction videos ever, because there were just so many pop-offs. Metroid Prime 4 is probably like my biggest pop-off ever. I popped off for this one. Boy, was it just such a great reaction. Make sure you go check that out if you haven't. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Johnny Moore out. Peace.